it's a very watchable show. It's got great characters, good soundtrack. I mean, just really fun people to watch. You know, I think it's definitely worth your time. Maybe 190 episodes might be too much for you, but if you're up for it, go for it. I think it's fun.
Yeah,
All
this is my
right,
idea of
so
fun.
overall, I guess you guys really enjoyed the show.
Naruto, very much so. Like this is my kind of fun, just for fun's sake.
You know that feeling you get when you get excited about an anime? Maybe you had it in the beginning with this. I've got that feeling now about this, and I'm ready to buy the whole thing right now and watch it right now.
Okay, here's my thing is that I want people to get into it because I loved it so much. And I just hope, I seriously, sincerely hope that people don't come to where I am now
300 episodes
and
later.
totally don't like the original concept anymore. The manga, I don't want anybody to go there.
Regardless of what it may become, you know, in the American version, should it last that long, it's worth the trip up to that point. You know, even if you stop later, it's worth watching up to the point. It really does not suck, and you know, you should.
That one I will agree on.
It's really watchable. It's great.
I'm thinking Naruto's bound to become the next DBZ in anime. It's DBZ light.
It's already there.
It gets to a point because
it's there.
mainly it's like this. For the American viewers, it's a good anime to get into. Personally, I prefer the Japanese. It's a great, fun thing to get into, and that's just how it is.
Yeah. Believe it.
I'm down with that.
All right, well, let's see what our anime fans across the states think of Naruto.
Scores are from 1 to 10. 10 is great, 1 not so great. Naruto scores an 8.3 for animation. On the story side of things, 8.1 and a 7.2 for voice acting performances. And the soundtrack gets an 8.1. Let's take a closer look at some of the people who gave these scores. A little section we like to call Love It, Hate It. Cadillac 20 from Culver City, California. A lot of C's there. Gave it an 8 for animation, 9 for story, 7 for performances, and another 7 for soundtrack.
Cadillac 20 said, although we find cliches here with morality tales akin to after-school specials, it is still easy to get attached to the characters. Isn't that sweet?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania's Akumaha whatever gave Naruto an 8 for animation, 5 for story, performance got a 10, and a 4 for soundtrack.
They said, I really wish they'd just get to the point. I'm only 64 episodes in, and I feel that each arc drags on too long. On top of that, it's not all that original. Okay, fair enough.
To sum it all up, Naruto gets an 8. Believe it!
If you haven't seen Naruto, well, you're probably not from planet Earth. But you can check it out on Cartoon Network, so check out their website for details. And don't forget to pick up your copy of the DVD or manga from Viz. There's a whole mess of shows out there that you might not know about, but should know about. If you started watching them, you'd find yourself sucked right into the worlds and saying things like, how did I ever live without this?
So here's our first underexposed title.
The story is about 3 teenage girls named Hikaru, Umi, and Fu. They're on a class trip to Tokyo Tower when they find themselves warped into an alternate dimension. Bestowed upon them are evolving weapons and armor, which they need to save this mystical world.
If you don't know what it is yet, you need to go out, find it, and watch it now. Because we have just been transported into the mystical world of Magic Knight Rayer. This series was brought to us by an amazing group of artists known as Clamp, who did such little-known titles as Tsubasa Chronicle, Chobits, Cardcaptor Sakura, and X.
So, if you like magical girls, monsters, role-playing, evil lords, princesses, and some incredible twists, then you might want to check out Magic Knight Rayer.
Hey, Umi. What's a role-playing game? Huh? Clef is counting on us.
You will not be able to return to your world until you save this world, Saphira.
Somebody tell me what's going on.
I can say without a doubt that our guest today has played some of the most influential characters in anime. She's Sakuya in Tenchi in Tokyo, Uda in El Hazard, Sarah McDougal in Love Hina, and she's the main character, Hikaru Shido, of Magic Knight Rayer.
The 3 of us, Umi, Fu, and I, together we're gonna become the Magic Knights!
Please welcome the beautiful and talented Julie Madalena.
Hi, guys. Good to see you. Hi, guys. I like that. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I
Good.
spent hours on coming up with 4 questions that I think are so original. They're just going to blow you away.
Okay.
hope
I'm
you're
glad
ready
I'm
for
sitting
this.
down. I'm ready.
Out of all the roles that you've ever played, which is your favorite character? It's good, huh?
Hey, you know what? Hands down, it's Hikaru in Magic Knight Rayer. Totally. It's
Yeah?
my favorite.
Why would you say that?
I loved her because I identified with her on a whole bunch of levels. She was youthful, small, cute, roles I usually play, but she was a warrior, and that's something I never had the opportunity to play. Nobody ever thought of my little voice going, yeah, and die, you know. And I don't know why, but they just didn't think, Julie, we got to get Julie for this role. So it was really exciting to be able to do a character who was, you know, fit my voice, but she was also strong and a warrior and fighting good and evil. Not fighting good, but fighting for good against evil. And I enjoyed Hikaru. I enjoyed seeing her grow up into the role. I enjoyed seeing her grow into her identity and her calling, and I related to that as a human being, as a woman too. As I was growing up, I was getting in touch with just the fact that I could be strong, I could make a difference, and that even though I'm small, I can have an impact, you know, on the planet. And so here's little Hikaru, little high school girl, you know, she was making a difference. She was changing a planet, and she was the one that had to say yes to the calling on her life in order to make that difference. And I identified with that.
Well, are there any new characters, new shows that you can talk about?
Well, I think I can, I don't know how much I can say,
okay.
but I can talk about a series. It's awesome. It's a great series for kids. It's about a little boy who's going through a hard time. His grandpa that he loved more than anything has passed away. And one night he goes to sleep and he wakes up and there's this owl on his windowsill that invites him basically into an imaginary, it's like a Narnia-like world. And so the kids are being trained by the animals. They're being called out basically. They're being called into their role as leaders and called into their role as warriors and called into their role as world changers. There's a great group of animals that I'm Esther the squirrel.
Esther the squirrel.
Big surprise, right? I am not the warrior.
You're with this great detail of this kid.
This
great warrior. And I'm the squirrel.
She's an important little squirrel.
Is there anything you'd like to say to our fans that are viewing right now?
Thanks, guys, for being faithful to the genre. Thanks for being faithful fans. And it's made it really fun for me to know who's watching, to hear their commitment to it, to see the genre grow, and it's grown up, and to be able to be a part of that, and to get to know the fans because they're so committed. It's made it a really incredible adventure for me. So thanks for your commitment and your faithfulness. Oh, you guys are so witchy. I love it.
Well, Julie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It was really fun. Thanks, guys.
Well, it looks like we're out of time, and we'll see you in exactly 2 weeks. That's Thursday night at 8 p.m. From all of us at AnimeTV, I'm Johnny Young Bosch, and I'll see you later.
Miss Madalena, before you go, you're one of my favorite voice actresses, and it would be a great honor if you signed this for me.
Aww, thank you. Thanks, guys. Oh,